Welcome back to Ill Eagle Culture Brand Talk. I am your host, John Ostos. I'm your co-host, John Ostos, aka Ill Eagle CEO, and I'm here with my OG co-host, Deion No Cup, Larry.
Empty jug.
Deion Empty Jug, Larry. You got the most universal nickname I think of anybody I've ever known.
It could be anybody.
And I know a bunch of gang food, so they got street names, bro.
Yeah, I don't have any of those. I don't have a good street name. I don't know. I don't think I could have a good street name.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like
That'd be tough.
I like the title of the one video that we put out. It was Deion's too pretty to get punished. That would be my gang guy name.
Along the lines of that, why haven't you shown anybody the bling that we got you from the show, bro?
I know. I've been meaning to bring it in, but now I'm gonna not say anymore. I'll bring it in next week.
Yeah.
When Cody's back,
We got you iced out and initiated you into the label, and you can't even represent it, bro.
I mean, I wore it to the company party.
That's right.
And I will be doing so again this year. So
Nice.
that's how it goes, you know. But
it's hot as fuck up here.
I'm doing all right. It's hot outside.
It's hot outside, but it's real hot in here.
Yeah.
And the power went out here today. I almost thought we were gonna have to cancel this.
Oh,
because we got a notification that there was a big power outage up here, but it must have turned back on, just not soon enough.
Well, this will be a quick one. Obviously, you guys can see Cody's not here.
Yeah.
I don't.
He's slacking.
He doesn't want to be a part of it.
He's slacking, bro.
I wasn't here last
week.
week.
He got abducted by aliens or some shit, yeah.
He's been talking too much.
He's going to come back and tell us the whole story, though. So, man, what have you been up to? You're looking dark, bro.
I've been just working and...
You're working outdoors?
I'm working outdoors. And then
Are you working with the Frost Boys?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I saw you wearing the hat, and then you said you cut some lawn, so...
No, I just do that for my great grandma's friend who is very old. I do it for her, and then she has a blind son who I also cut his yard.
Oh,
yeah, for way too little of money, but you know I've been doing it since I was 14. I've been mowing her lawn, and I used to ride my bike from my house over to her house.
Oh wow!
Use her mower, mow her lawn, ride bike back home. She would pay me $15.
Yeah.
And she pays me $25 for her lawn now. And then she's like, "Could you start mowing my son's?" I was like, "Not for $25. I'm sorry." So I'd make her pay me $40 for his. So
that's not bad. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Like I said, you're getting a really good deal, and I wouldn't do it if you weren't who you were. So,
but homeboy's blind, D.
Yeah, I know.
You're not gonna just do that for free?
Well, it's her son.
Still, it's charity.
She pays me too for him, so it's it's her, and she got money, so
okay,
we're good.
She's loaded.
But yeah, so I've been doing that. I was gone in Ohio for that week, and that was interesting. I flew on an airplane for the first time, and the night before, Chase and I hadn't hung out because he sells fireworks, so it was just he's been busy.
They're still selling fireworks right now?
Not anymore. No.
Oh, okay.
No. But they'll have like PGI, which is like the fireworks convention. Basically, they have it once a year. So that is coming up soon. So then they'll go to Wyoming. No, it's in Chicago, I think, this year. So that's gonna be crazy. But we ended up going out that night and just got super drunk. And then we walked back to his house, and I guess I messed up his girl's plant, trying to plug in my phone charger. He was like, "What's Nicole's phone number?" I was like, "I don't know." And I was like, "Could you grab me some water?" And she grabbed me water. And then I was like, "All right." And then Nicole got there. She came upstairs. She's like, "All right, let's go." And they went and laid down. I walked out. And I opened the door all the way and just let it fall behind me. So it slammed super loud. It was like 3 a.m. Had to fly at 12:30. Was super hungover, threw up multiple times, got on the plane like a straight G, had some gum, and just went for it. So it wasn't that bad.
Flying for the first time.
The first flight was rough because I was not feeling great. And then the second flight, I had ate a burger in Chicago, and I was like, all right, I'm all right. And I didn't eat or drink.
But no, you weren't scared? Like you didn't have, none of that shit going on? I mean, I get you were hungover and shit, but I know you were a little nervous about first time flying.
I was a lot more scared like a few months ago. And then I kind of just was like, whatever, what does it matter? So then I was a little anxious at first, and we took off, and I was like, holy, we're going like side to side. And that made me feel really like vulnerable, just disoriented. I was like, holy. And
I still hate takeoff and landing, bro. And I've been traveling for fucking years and years now.
I
You know
love
what I mean?
landing. That's the thing that I learned.
Every time we take off and every time we land, I say some quick prayers like,
really?
Like, if this is it, let's go. But like, please don't let it be.
It makes me feel like I'm going which you are going really fast. But when you start going, I'm like, whoa. Yeah, and then when you land, like in the smaller planes, they are so graceful. Like every time you could barely feel like you were hitting the runway. Like, but then we got in a big one and that thing was like, and then the wings flipped up and you're like, I don't know if we're going to stop in time.
That's funny.
But it was good. The first day out there, I had my rental. It was a Jeep Gladiator. I hated it.
Really?
I got on the interstate. Right when I got onto the interstate, my second day there, rocks came up from a semi and shattered like a big hole right in front of my face. And luckily they didn't go through because it probably would have hurt me pretty bad.
Yeah, it would have.
I went and got a new vehicle and it was like a Mitsubishi like sedan car. I was like, what is this? It was so funny. But yeah, that's pretty much been it. And now I'm back. I'm here.
That's nice.
Here to stay. My one pet peeve of planes is having somebody in the window seat who has to constantly like look out the window, but then puts the blind back down and then opens it like 5 minutes later to look back out and then closes it and just keeps doing that throughout the flight.
Damn, somebody did that?
Yeah. Like they're about to see where we're at or something. I'm like, you can't see anything. We're in the clouds, bro. Like,
they're probably, you know what they're doing is they're looking for aliens.
Yeah, probably.
Everybody's looking for aliens right now.
Everybody's looking for aliens.
Yeah. So those of you who didn't believe us or who were like, oh, these fools are lame, when we're talking about this Project Bluebeam, tell me they're not setting the stage. Tell me they're not setting the stage for Project Blue. Like, bro, the government is constantly coming out and saying, okay, yes. Okay, it's true. Okay, we got these. There's more sightings of UFOs right now, or now they're calling them UAPs, than ever before on a daily basis, popping up, not just all over the country, all over the world. That's preparing us for the inevitable.
What I don't like is like the guys testifying that they have the proof. Basically, it's like, are they part of it? Are they part of the setup?
See, no, I've had that thought actually. Like these guys could be credible, but they could, because you know, if you pay attention to the way they talk, this stuff isn't like just memorized.
Yeah,
they've been telling these stories for decades. Yeah. In Greer's case, for decades, bro, he's been telling these stories, right? But was it all readiness, right? We're talking about a high level of elite thinkers and military and government personnel, bro. Some of the most intricate minds in the fucking world have come together to create this, so much so that they don't read in people like the president and his officials.
Yeah.
They don't even let them know about it. In fact, they warn them, stop digging.
Yeah.
You don't want this problem. So like, could they be so well thought out? And they say that these have been planned since fucking forever ago, right? So could it be so well thought out that they've been plotting this and they've been basically laying the pipe for this whole process, bro? And now they're like, it's time. And because it's time, make the law for whistleblowers to be protected if they come out and tell information, because this is the time we need them to come out and tell the information. Yeah. So now the whistleblowers come out and they got all this information to share, and they've got decades worth of, you know, research, experience, and interactions and traumas and, you know, all the other shit that they tell the stories about. So I've processed this. Like, what if they're plants?
Yeah.
What if they're plants? All that really means, though, Deion, is that it's fucking true.
It's still true. Yeah.
It's still coming.
It doesn't matter.
2024 was the date, and boy, are they ramping up this UFO and fucking, you know what I mean? They're letting us know it's real.
Yeah.
And they're doing that for a reason. And I don't think it's just because whistleblowers are now coming forward. It's all too coincidental what everything has led up to from 2020, and the fact that all of this was part of conspiracy theories coming out in 2020 with QAnon and all of this stuff is from the same narrative then. It's just all finally happening now like they said it was going to. So it's like, I don't know.
What I find out is like, who are they gonna, like, so Project Bluebeam, basically what it is they're gonna stage an alien invasion, basically, with either
they're gonna do it to create a one world government.
Exactly, but who are they gonna kill?
People.
Who though? Just
innocent enough. They need to scare us like they did with COVID, right? Yeah. They need to scare us and go, oh my God, it's real. So what the story is, they're gonna use these holograms or whatever it is, these fake crafts up in the sky to make it look like an absolute invasion, but from within the holograms there will be real military craft shooting and killing.
But you'll be able to target people so much easier from the sky with missiles. You know what I mean? Like, sure. You can get a demographic. But are they gonna pick based on like who they think?
Yeah, they're gonna go to LA, New York, like shit, like the big cities where they can make the most drama.
Impact.
Yeah. And where they can take out most of the population, because then there's a lot of you wipe out fucking what I think New York has 5 million more people than LA does, right?
Yeah.
But man, you can go there and take out fucking 8 million people, boom, 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 real quick.
Texas, freaking, but that's pretty widespread. But yeah, you're right. I mean,
so that would instill fear.
Yeah.
Oh my God, half of New York's dead.
But
those from an alien invasion.
There's a lot of people from New York that are on like the Democratic. Well, it's not that side, I guess.
Well, no. See, here's the other. But it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Everybody's expendable right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of these people are probably being promised, like, if you help, you're in. You'll be safe. You'll get a part of the new world. You'll be able to be of leadership and wealth and all. And they're just like awesome. And they're giving these people millions of dollars. But at the end of the day, they're gonna be like, we're done with you too, motherfucker. Yeah. We have a whole nother agenda that these motherfucking pawns don't even know about. It's kind of like their brain, I think. And I know this is pure speculation, but speculation based on tons of other facts and people who have delivered truth and factual evidence of the truth that they speak. And even in some cases, some of theirs is like, hey, I think this is how it's going to end up happening, though.
Do you think like aliens are in on it as well? Because like,
nah,
they're not just killing these aliens. There's
everyone
no way.
Everyone that has an account of aliens has been able to say that they believe they're otherwise peaceful and friendly.
But we're just killing them, and they're just like,
and so they're saying the question is, how long will they let us push the envelope?
Yeah,
right. Like, how long will they? And then I even saw, I watched it was like a meeting at Congress, because now these things are all in Congress, right? They're having these meetings about aliens and shit. And one senator or congressman questioned and said, if this is real, you're telling us that you want us to believe that there's an alien species out there that has the capabilities to interdimensionally travel at the faster than the speed of light from one dimension or galaxy to another, but yet they come into Earth's orbit and they crash.
Yeah.
Like they're lacking the intelligence.
Well.
Yeah, I did send it. Okay, so like the theory that the guy says is like, yeah, but that's like anything. Yeah, it's like airplanes crash all the time. Mistakes happen. So it's like it could just be along those lines. And I don't know if these guys are even real or in on it, man. But what I do know is that the people who actually believe that they have the facts and they know what they're talking about have said they believe aliens are friendly and that this has nothing to do with real aliens.
Yeah.
The only thing is, if it's true, and I want to believe it's true, because the other thing about these people, because they're all like satanic, worshiping, they have rituals, and in order for their rituals to come true, one of their tales is that they have to tell the truth. They have to tell us what they're doing in order for their ritual to
work,
prophesize.
Yeah.
Or to work. Yeah. So if that's the case, they're telling us plain and simple. But again, what the fuck are we going to do about it?
Nothing.
Like, if it really happens, we're going to look up at the sky and we're going to go, okay, this isn't real, but they're really killing people.
Yeah.
But
even if it was aliens, like, I don't think at this point I wouldn't care.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't
this
matter.
is the point. It doesn't make a difference. Like, a good portion of us are fucked. I think we're safe here in sense of like alien invasions per se.
Yeah,
because they're going to go after big cities, but then we're the ones that are going to become the slaves.
But think about this. Minneapolis was just like the epicenter of like all the drama that happened in 20.
Yeah, but we're not in Minneapolis.
That's true. We're right on the edge of like Minnesota too. So like we're kind of in a safe spot where we could be.
Yeah, we're out in the middle of nowhere and we're a small population. They want to hit the big populations of people, instill fear in the rest of us.
Yeah.
Tell us that there's now been a one world government, organized, because they call a treaty because we have something bigger that we need to fight, right? And then, boom, we have one world government, and now we become the slaves to them because they say, we got to feed you, we got to take care of you, we got to protect you.
Doesn't that make
we need you guys all to come into these camps where we can look after you. You know what I mean? Like, we're fucked, bro.
Doesn't that make you nervous? Like, I'm like, why even like save money and stuff and like have a wedding and stuff?
Well, because
like,
in anything, right? In anything, there becomes an underground anti-it thing.
That's true.
And that's where I'm headed.
Yeah.
Because I figure this, like, do you go as a slave or do you die fighting? And if you die fighting, do you take your family out first?
No, I don't know what I would do. I'd let them do whatever they want.
Well, yeah, you're not a dad, I guess.
Yeah,
so
I don't have to worry about
it. See, I've had to ponder that. Like, what the fuck happens, right? Like, obviously, I'm not going to kill my fucking family, bro. But is it obvious when that comes? I don't know, man.
Nicole
like,
would know no better. She'd come with me wherever I go. So.
Right. And the hopes that would be, that's what happens with my family.
Yeah.
The thing is, I feel like that would be a fight that we don't win, though.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what, fighting back just means we're going out on our shield, bro. We're going to die on our sword.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, like, hey, family, we're going to commit suicide here, ready? And we're going to go shoot at these people until they kill us.
But maybe in that scenario, being a slave is better. I don't know.
See, I don't know about that, because what if they separate us? What if they take my children and they want to harm them and abuse them? And like, we know that they're part of, human sex trafficking. What if they take our women and they want to rape them? Like, there's so much. It's like, holy fuck. And this podcast is getting gruesome right now. But bro, these are things like you gotta like ponder. Like, if this shit is real, if this really happens, what's next? What are we gonna do?
I don't get why we're not doing anything about the sex trafficking. That's the weirdest thing.
Well, here's the thing. We are. But it's not enough, because it's these people, bro.
Yeah.
These same people that are running this play we're talking about with Project Bluebeam are the same fucking people that are heading the human sex trafficking of children operations. You know what I mean? Like, like they talked about in the podcast with Sean Ray, bro. This guy said they're using alien invasions to steal kids.
Yeah.
And they're going to places where there's natural disasters happening, because the expectation is people disappear in natural disasters. Earthquakes and tornadoes and fucking hurricanes and tidal waves and all, tsunamis and all shit. People disappear.
Yeah.
It's normal. There was just a fucking natural disaster. So guess what? All these kids are dead. They're gone. But really what happened is, and this is the backup scenario, if anyone does see this happen, they can be like, it was weird. It was like an alien aircraft that came down and took them.
No, see, I don't. It's gonna be wild. I'm honestly interested to see how like the next year goes. Obviously, we said that in 2020 as well, but it's like But we've been watching year after year and year after year. And it just keeps getting more wild.
Everything has happened that we, even in the beginning, I was a skeptic about some of this stuff, especially aliens and like the lizard people, bro. I totally believe that aliens are here now. And it was like Greer said, I don't believe aliens are here like you believe there's a tooth fairy or Santa Claus.
Well, I don't believe those things.
No, I know, but like other people though, like he's saying, like I don't believe in aliens like you believe in like the tooth fairy, like it's some superstitious fucking no. I believe in aliens because I know they're here. Yeah. I know they exist, right? That's what he's saying. And based on those facts that they share, I'm kind of in the same boat. So now I'm like, fuck, lizard people are real.
So
there's reptilians walking around in our government right now, bro.
The one thing I really wanted to know from you is, do you think Jamie? I know we talked about it. Do you think Jamie Foxx is cloned? Because I love Jamie Foxx.
That's not Jamie Foxx. I mean,
but in that video, you can tell there's like a filter on it.
I get there's an angle and there's all this other stuff going on.
It looks like there's a grayish filter on it. Like the whole thing is more gray than it is white. Or
But did you know that he was, I don't know if he was working on a documentary or he made a video and put it out where he went at Puffy right before all this went down. And weird coincidence, you haven't watched the movie yet,
I've seen it. No,
you didn't watch this movie.
I started like the first 10 minutes, but I couldn't like focus on it.
Oh man, you got to watch it because it's going to blow your fucking mind from front to back. It's going to blow your fucking mind how much truth and factual like details they're giving to current events. And then the weird thing is that after he makes this movie, he disappears for months, bro. Yeah. And then shows up and everyone's like, that's not him. But maybe, and this movie just happens to be about cloning.
Maybe it was for clout though. Maybe that was the way they were going to hype up the movie. That was the playbook. I'm open-minded. That's a possibility. Because that's my guy.
But if that's the case, then they're not making him look like him on purpose, or they are using like a look-alike. Yeah. Okay. Potential. There's fucking possibility that's true. The possibility is very slim. Yeah. But it's a possibility for sure.
If he never says what happened to him, I would be more skeptical.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Here's the other thing though. I was saying about Puffy. He released it was a statement or a documentary. He did something or was about to do something before he disappeared. Where he was outing Puffy. He was saying it had to have been done because they're saying he said things like, He's been to these parties, these gay sex parties of Puff Daddies, and Puffy's a fruitcake, and he initiates people into the game, into the business through these homosexual activities and this and that. It's just like, then all of a sudden the motherfucker disappears and he no longer has anything to say about it. It's just like the Kanye thing. Everyone's like, man, Kanye didn't show his face when he first came back for the longest time.
That one looks
and then
suspicious.
when he did show his face, he looks different and he's settled the fuck down and just living his life.
Yep.
That's odd. And Kim Kardashian's like, oh yeah, fine, we'll hang out.
That one's really odd.
There's, you know what I mean? So, but it's not just that one. There's more, bro.
Yeah, no. That
There's
video
so
that I
many
sent
of
where it
them.
was just like people from the past with politicians and celebrities, and that was crazy. I was like,
bro,
people look so much alike, but I don't know. But
which is because what I do is I tie all the information together, right? Like what people like Greer and all the other whistleblowers are saying about aliens and the technology that we've gotten, that we've basically reverse engineered from the aliens that we've captured or that crash landed, whatever it may be. Yeah, we have that technology,
and it makes
so like time travel is real. They can manipulate gravity. That's real. They have energy weapons. That's real. They can manipulate weather. That's real. They can clone people. That's real. We know they can clone animals. You can look up Clonade as a company online. It exists. So all these things are real, and it's all based on technology. And we have alien technology now. So why wouldn't cloning be real?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then you've seen the play the government's doing against Trump right now and all the stuff that's going on, bro. This is craziness.
I don't get.
This is all whacked out craziness, and anyone who still thinks that people like us are conspiracy theorists are literally being cowards.
See, but they're doing something because it's going both ways. I mean, every time something comes up about the Biden family, like it gets rebutted and it usually gets swept under
the rug.
But they're putting it out, and it's getting.
But
attention.
They've been doing that since the COVID days, bro. Yeah. They've been acting like Fauci was going to go down finally. They were acting like Bill Gates was going to go down. They were like, Tom Hanks has been killed. You know, they did all these things, bro, and now everything's back to normal. It's just like, okay. So there was a lot of infiltration in there, you know, like you're saying about, do we think some of these people are plants for the big, you know, invasion or whatever? Mm-hmm. Yes, probably. There's some people who have infiltrated it, just like they won't show video footage of the January 6th stuff. Yeah. Really, it's because they don't want Trump to be cleared on the video footage that they show. But the other part that they're trying to say is because there was actually secret agents in there.
It was like what he was getting charged with. I saw it was like one thing that was worded, charge, and then the third charge was like the same thing, but reworded. And I was like, wait,
there's a charge. But here's the thing: his attorney said the thing that they're going after him for, it won't work. Mm-hmm. His attorney's like, no, that falls under the First Amendment or whatever, freedom of speech, right? I don't know my amendment, so bear with me. But the freedom of speech, he says, like, no, everything Trump, and he said politically, you cannot use a political argument or statement by law based on the First Amendment. You cannot use it against them in law. It's not a law-breaking statement for him to say something, even if he was wrong, or even if you believe it incited something. But they're trying to say that he basically challenged it, and that was where he went against the Constitution and blah blah. Yeah. Regardless, his attorney saying that it's not going to hold weight. It's not real. It doesn't. They're gaslighting. They're hitting him with all these charges. They know they're going to lose, but they're doing it to stall, distract, and do all these other things because they think that there's a way that they can make him not be able to run. Mm-hmm. And like they've said, man, they're gonna do whatever it fucking takes to make sure this dude can't become president again. And they don't care. They have no regard for what we see, what we think we see, what we believe. None of that shit.
Yeah.
And we're seeing that happen right in front of our eyes. Every time they ask Biden, like, what's going on with your son and all these, the selling shit to, our enemies and this and that. He's just like, what about Trump?
Yeah.
What about Trump? And I'm just like, hold on, you got to answer the question.
That's a bad question, is what he says. It's like, why would you ask? And he gets really angry about it too. Like, he flips a switch.
They don't give a fuck how bullshit they look. Even like Pelosi, bro, when they've asked her questions about her husband making side deals on fucking the stock market over fucking bills that they passed, and she's like, no, and just walks away, bro. Like, that's all I have to say about it. And no one's challenging that.
Not at all. Yeah, it's like super blatant. I've seen it. Yeah.
I even feel like some of these Congress sessions are like, they're just gaslighting, bro, because like these motherfuckers are making arguments I would make, and I don't know shit about politics, right? But they're just doing it to make the arguments, bro.
Like, when you're wrong, but you just keep arguing because you want to.
Right. But like the dudes that are acting like they're defending us, the people. There's dudes that are making the arguments I would make in that sense, where they're like, hey, what about this and what about that? And we have proof and evidence of this, and you haven't, and you're thinking like, holy fuck, finally someone's saying it and it's in front of everybody, but then nothing happens. They just said it, bro. That's all it is. It's like, it was like for us, they put it on camera
just so we
they
can
said,
know
see, there's someone in here fighting for but it never goes anywhere. They never win. They never, you know what I mean? Nothing ever gets turned over. So it's just like, we're in a serious fucking situation. So much so, bro, I just don't think that I'm in reality anymore. If there is parallel universes, we've somehow slipped into one, or I've died and you are all made up in my head and I'm running this play on my own, and you know what I mean? Like, it's just fucking crazy.
That's kind of what life is, though.
Is it really, though? Like, you know what I mean?
I
feel like that's what it boils down to when you think about quantum physics and the quantum realm and interdimensional anything, bro. Like, this all adds up.
From like growing from like maybe 14 years old, I feel like I've changed into a whole different person.
But like the term manifest.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Anything that you think will.
Yeah.
So have I manifested this through my fucking conspiracy theories? You know what I mean? In reality, maybe something actually happened. Maybe the world did end and we're all just living interdimensionally right now, bro. Like, I don't know.
Is that what you think? I don't like to put that into my mind. That's a bad thought.
I'll tell you what, if that is the case, and which I don't know if it really is, but if that was the case, I would want to know. I think that somehow innately in me, in my soul, I would be able to figure it out because I'm so fucking determined to understand things like that I think I would realize that if I was, and then I'd figure out how to prove it to myself, and then I would learn how to control my universe.
Don't you feel like I mean, I'm not like super good in like Christianity and stuff like that. I don't know like a lot, but don't you feel like isn't this just a test in general? Like,
well, no, because if you understand Christianity, God doesn't test you.
But
he doesn't challenge you like that. You don't get tested by God.
But you want to prove that you're a good Christian or a good believer.
You can never prove it. There's no such thing as proving it either.
But like, so when a rapture happens, those people that get taken up,
they're chosen.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a test.
Nah, not at all. He already knows, bro. If you're gonna go biblically, he knows your heart. He already knows. We have free will, but he already knows. So he doesn't test us. They say that he was sarcastic, but he's not vague. You know what I mean? You don't prove yourself to God. You can't be like, hey, God, if you do this for me, I'll show you, man, for the rest of my life, I'll be good. You can't negotiate and make deals and stuff like that. You can do that with the devil, bro.
Yeah.
But not with God. What is already. And so, yeah, if you want to go to that path, then I think we're talking about something completely different.
I think so,
but
too.
We're not being tested for sure.
No,
I don't believe we're being tested.
Sometimes I feel like we're like in a game.
I do believe we're experiencing spiritual warfare. I think that's happening right now because what we're seeing is demonic.
Yeah,
absolutely, it is demonic. But I think that the position that we stand in is our salvation.
Yeah.
So if the second coming of Christ happens, if this is the rapture, I don't know. I read this series of books way back in the day. It was called the Left Behind series, and it's about the rapture, right? And it talks about this guy Nikolai Carpathia is the Antichrist, and they say he's of European descent, and everyone loves him, and then he switches on us. So that could be Trump, who knows? But I understand that the Antichrist to be the Pope. But that's a whole nother story too. But anyways, the Left Behind series says that when the second coming of Christ happens, when the rapture starts, it'll be 7 years of rapture. So 2020 to 2027, let's see what happens, right? But it'll be 7 years of rapture. And in the beginning, all of God's people will be taken first. But the way that they demonstrated in the book, it was like, so this guy is on an airplane. This is how it starts. There's like a reporter who's all involved, right? And he's on this airplane, and then all of a sudden, like that, people like disappeared. There was just clothes laying on the ground. It was like all of the real believers, all of God's people were just taken away. And that started the rapture. People were like, what in the world is happening? This is strange. And, there was car accidents everywhere and airplanes crashing because people who were true believers who God wanted to bring home first prior to the rapture, because that's how it says it's going to happen, those people were taken. It wasn't like, people say like, oh, like so-and-so's been dying and this is the beginning of the rapture because all the good ones are going. It's like, no, when the rapture comes, everyone's not just going to die a harsh death. You're not going to get murdered and God's like, come on. That's why I did that. You know what I mean? That's no, bro. Like the way the story tells is like, so people just disappear. Their clothes are laying on the ground. 1 second, me and you are talking. And if you're not a believer and I am, and it's real, and I believe in the God that's God, my clothes will just be sitting here. And all of a sudden you'll be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, that's the way they tell the story of the rapture starting. So I can't see that we're there. And again, I don't know jack about jack, bro. This is just what I understand and the way I've interpreted the things that I did encounter and read and research and stuff like that. But from my understanding, it's going to work a different way than what we're seeing right now. So I don't know if this is the rapture. I do, though, believe that if we're seeing similar things that are like the rapture or of the stories that are told in the Bible of the rapture, that they're probably making us believe that on purpose.
It's weird because we're in like the point in society where we don't even really, our faith is so like little.
On purpose.
Amount of people with faith is so small.
It was. I believe in the last few years, though, we've seen an uprising in believers and people coming forth and expressing and showing their faith. Because I think one of the biggest things is like Pharisees got a hold of the storyline, and Pharisees is like legalistic people, right? So like people who practice legalism back in the days, they were, basically like, oh, you're sinning. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you're not supposed to dress like that at church. You're not supposed, like that's legalism. That stuff's not real. That's what they call Pharisees. And it's basically people who judge you and think that they hold God to a higher, value than you. First of all, none of us know anything.
Yeah.
We all think we know and we believe in our faith and we have all these different denominations of faith. But man, what if you think you're believing in the wrong God?
That's the craziest thing.
Well, supposedly we have a jealous God and you're not supposed to. That's blasphemy, bro. So like you're worshiping false idols. Okay, that you can't do that. That's sin. So to sit here and say, hey, I know I'm the right Christian would be wrong of me. I know I believe in the right God could be wrong. What I will tell you is that I do believe there is a God, and whoever that God, the right God is, that's the one I'm trying to believe in.
Yeah.
So you're not going to send me to hell for not knowing, right?
Yeah.
And I could pretend I know all I want. I remember when I first found God, man, I was going to a Pentecostal church, and I was in the men's group. And they told me that I would find salvation, that I would be saved and born again, and that's how I would, come to know Christ. And I believed that. I'm like, all right, cool, and we're at this men's group, and they tried to get everybody to speak in tongues, and everyone was just like blah 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 blah, like doing all this weird shit. And I was like, I'm like looking at it. This is right here in Fargo too, okay? And I'm looking at these people like, this is fucking weird, But I know that they did speak in tongues back in the day, but that we don't do that anymore. And so it was just like confusing. And I'm not even lying, bro. I was like, I tried, because like you just have to try. It'll just flow. You'll feel it, and it'll become real. And that's how you have salvation. I'm like, well, all right. So I literally was like, la 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 la, and I just kept in there like, well, and I'm just like, no, this is fake. I'm forcing it. And they're just like, it's okay, brother. You just haven't been saved yet. Now it's like, yeah, I'm out. And I left that church, bro. And I left that men's group because to me, that was like, I felt like if God's real, that's God telling me get the hell out of here.
Yeah, no,
these
for sure.
These dudes are weird. You know what I mean?
Haven't been
and I don't hold it.
crazy.
Yeah, and I don't hold it against them because they believe in probably the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. They might believe in the right thing. And then if that's the case, I'm not sure I want that God. I'm not sure that God's everything they say he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. None of us do. So I don't know who goes when the rapture comes. I don't know if the rapture is real. I don't know.
This went so far in a different direction.
But it went on a deeper level, though. Yeah.
I like it.
Because it's like that thing I always say, bro. Like our show is titled Something About Everything.
Something About
That's
everything.
me.
Yeah.
I may not know everything about something, bro, but I'll tell you what, I know a little bit about everything, bro, because I just like to be informed. I'm a sponge like that.
That's true.
And I come from a different walk of life that, I had this perspective of like, I got to go learn some of this other stuff in this other world that I didn't grow up in, that I didn't know. And so I just became a sponge and I absorbed as much as I could. And when I get into things, I like to dig really deep. Mm-hmm. And so I come up with my own theories and thought processes off information that I learned. And so, yes, I'm a believer, bro. I just don't know. I want to believe in the right God. Yeah. I can't tell you which God that is, but I know that I do want to believe in the right God. And so I believe in being kind. I believe in being good to people. I believe in, being honest, all that shit. Like I want to live by those values. I want to try my best to be, a good human being and care about humanity, but fuck, I struggle.
Yeah.
But apparently Jesus died on the cross for that, so I have nothing to worry about. Unless you're going to tell me how that's a lie and the Bible got it wrong, then you know what I mean? So it's like there's so like people can go so deep with this argument.
You
bro.
really can.
So you just kind of got to believe you're in your own faith.
Yeah.
I know that I want to believe in the right God, and if I'm believing in the wrong God, I'm really sorry, God, but I'm trying. Like I don't know what else to say to that, you know. And if you're gonna wrong me for that and send me to hell, then I didn't have a chance in the world because what are the odds that we're gonna just all figure out the right one when there's so much? And I'm sure that they convoluted the whole process, you know, on purpose, and they made all these different denominations and religions, and so I'm just like, yo, I don't believe in religion. I just want a relationship with the right God, and I believe that God is part of the Holy Trinity, and I believe Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit are that Holy Trinity, and so God is man, and man is God. I'll take that. So I believe in Jesus, I believe in God, and you know, I believe that no one sin is greater than the other. So if you don't wear your seatbelt and break the law, you're a sinner, and you don't get to judge the next man whether he was a murderer or anything, because a sin is a sin. Yeah, is how the Bible speaks it. So we're all sinners. Most pastors I know were horrible people. You know what I mean? So like, does that person more godly than me? I didn't do what he did. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that's how this argument ends up going. So I just say you got to take what you believe and you got to believe in it for yourself, bro. You should read the Bible so you can get some perspective. Yeah. But there's so many of them out there, man. Who's going to be able to knock you? No, not that Bible. Yeah. People do that though. Those are Pharisees.
I really need to get myself to just focus on it and
read it. It's a dope 36 books. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like to tell someone, like, even if you don't want to be religious, you should read it. It's a great part of history at the very least that you can be informed. But I can tell you that people who were skeptics of it and have gone out to prove the falsehoods of the Bible only found everything to be real. Yeah. They went and looked for artifacts and evidence and locations and geographical, you know, locations within the Bible and found them all to be real. And some of these things still existing that were in the Bible. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
We believe in dinosaurs, and all we found was bones that we put together and made up the shapes and dimensions ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't find full structures of them. We just said, hey, this bone is this, and this is how it all went together. And we just made other fake bones to match that shit and decided that that's how they looked.
That one's a tough one because it's like, I believe in dragons more than I believe in dinosaurs. I think
that's where I'm at. Because dinosaurs, like, just like aliens, dragons are in caves dating back 5,000 years ago. Yep. And I know everyone's gonna say, well, that was post this and post. It's just like, okay, sure. Yeah. Sure.
And you have like a reptilian family still, and a dragon I feel like is more reptilian than a dinosaur would be. Right. I don't really see.
Well, and they showed like reptilian people in cave drawings too.
Exactly.
So I don't know, man. It's so hard to say, bro. You know. It is. And there was giants there too. Yeah. There was giants. At least the people they depicted to be of giants. So it's hard to say, man.
That is hard to say. Yeah. So I got a big question for you, switching topics very harshly. So who do you got this weekend in the fights? It's Nate Diaz versus Jake Paul.
I have Jake Paul.
You think it's staged or what? Or you think he's gonna win?
I don't think Jake Paul's a punk like that. Or I mean, excuse me, Nate is a punk like that.
Like I don't stage it.
I don't think he would fake that. He don't fake shit like that. I just don't believe he would. No, but money won't make motherfuckers do anything, bro. Especially a motherfucker who's at the end of his game, and they're offering him money he's never had before. So it's like, shit. Who knows? He might, right? Everyone's fake,
Conor
bro.
McGregor 3 times.
Yeah. But there you go. But everyone's fake right now. You know what I mean? So it's hard to say.
It is.
I do believe that Jake will only win because clearly, Nate is not all the way there anymore.
Yeah, that is the other thing.
That guy's fucking cheese has slid off his cracker, and that motherfucker is not prepared to get in with a young. He's a. Let's just be real at this point. Jake Paul is a real fighter, bro.
Yeah,
he's a genuine. He trains his ass off. You can see it in him. He really has a skill set. From there, it's just a matter of how much acting is he doing, though. But he really does have to be able to fight, and he's way younger and in better shape than Nate is. Mm-hmm. And they're boxing. Yeah. So, like, yeah, I think Nate's going to get his fucking ass whooped. Yeah. I think he might get knocked out.
No.
Yeah, I think he's going to get knocked out.
He can't even get knocked out.
Jake Paul's knocked everyone out, bro.
His brain is, like, not connected.
Then he's probably going to die. Yeah. Like, that's all that means to me. He's probably going to die, bro. And then Jake Paul's going to be world renowned for killing someone with a punch in boxing, and that was an MMA fighter. Like, bro, yeah, I want. You know what I want to see? I want to see Jake Paul fight Poirier.
That would be cool.
Or fucking Gay, or whatever that dude's name. Like, I want to see him. Yeah, I want to see him fight real right now motherfuckers, not dudes that aren't in the UFC technically anymore and haven't, they're not quite capable. Like, he gets everybody at the tail end of their career.
His weight class would be like
dangerous.
Yeah,
but again, put him in with a boxer too.
Yeah, no, he's getting dominated.
yeah.
I don't know if you watched the boxing fight this last weekend.
I didn't watch it, but that was sad.
Spence versus Crawford. It was like really sad.
Earl is not there, but they say from the accident, like that when he crashed his car, they said the motherfucker he ain't been the same since.
The Earl Crawford or Earl? Yeah, he won.
Or no, the guy that lost.
The guy that lost. Yeah. I was gonna say because Crawford was like exponentially faster.
Yeah, he was dominating the whole time. Bro.
It was like he could see 5 seconds into the future every time they got to
and now people are like, this guy could have taken the prime Mayweather. I'm like, off one fight, this is how you're fucking viewing the guy already?
No,
like,
Mayweather can run, dude. That's the difference. This guy was not
Mayweather's evasive, I wouldn't say he's one of the greatest boxers, but he's definitely evasive, and so that falls into the skill set of boxing, so he gets that title.
Yeah, he knows how to win on points. That's how it is.
That dude doesn't bang with people, and he wasn't very like, he didn't take people out like that. It was always questionable when he lost against real great fighters.
Yeah.
So
Spence was putting the pressure on, and he was just running him down. Yeah. And I was like, holy, this guy's just not stopping. Yeah, and they should have just let him keep fighting, I think.
There were some good UFC fights that night, too.
That night was good UFC fights.
There was, who was it?
Gaethje versus Poirier.
That one. That was crazy.
That was crazy.
And apparently now he's going to fight Conor.
Yeah, Conor still has 4 months.
He says he signed the contract though, so we'll see.
Yeah, he's got to wait 4 months, but I mean, Gaethje can't fight until that long anyway. So, but then there was other good fights for UFC. Boxing was all right.
Yeah, didn't the dude that just fought Izzy and lost,
Alex Pereira.
Yeah. He beat what's his the one dude the other dude who beat Izzy ever.
Which is crazy. It was robbed. I think he was robbed.
You think so?
Yeah, because he didn't do anything when he wrestled him. That's the thing. So Jan took him down every round. I'm pretty positive, but just only took him down and laid on him pretty much.
Yeah.
So that's why he lost. He wasn't entertaining.
Gotcha.
So I don't know, but neither of them were damaged, and they were both gassed from being up that high.
Except only one of them raised their hands, and the other one sat on his ass.
Yeah.
so that was telling to know.
That's right when he did that. I was like, oh my god, he's done. That was the second round.
Yeah.
So that was something. But yeah, that's
who else fought that night? Who else?
I don't know.
There was a few good fights on that card. I just can't remember. I didn't watch them, so.
We were watching them both at the same time, so I was focused on the boxing more or less because it was a little bit more interesting. Yeah, honestly, except for the last fight for UFC.
The Jake Paul fights this weekend.
This weekend at 7, I think, for us.
I'm gonna watch that for sure because that would be interesting.
Yeah. I wouldn't pay money to see it, but I'm gonna watch it. So I don't know.
I think we're seeing a shift in entertainment, bro. Where this is the thing. And the reason why it's the thing is because motherfuckers get paid to do this.
That's true. That is true.
And if they're getting paid to fake a fight and take a loss, more money than they've ever gotten, these motherfuckers are doing it. That's why he's going for dudes on their way out.
Yeah.
There's psychology behind that, bro. You know what I mean? It's like, look, you ain't never
collectively
made this kind of money.
Yeah.
I have a really good odds against you, and you could be set for life. Otherwise, what are you gonna do, bro? Go work at fucking stocking groceries next, or you know what I mean?
I just don't know because it's not like Nate Diaz wasn't primarily a boxer. Yes, he knows jiu-jitsu. I'm pretty sure it is. Right. But he boxes. He street fight boxes. I mean, boxing is different from street fighting, but
he punches. I'll give him that. He doesn't box. That motherfucker does not move his head off the line. No. He's going to take abuse from Jake Paul, bro. I'm interested
to see how bloody his face gets with those gloves on. Yeah. Is it going to be as bad, or is he just going to get bruised?
I think you'd be surprised how hard those things hit.
His scar tissue is so bad. He bleeds so fast. Yeah. So it's going to be...
I just know that in a boxing match with an actual trained boxer, which whether you like it or not, Jake Paul is, and he's very well fucking trained, I think that Nate is going to eat a lot of fucking punches and get dominated. I'm guessing he's going to get knocked out, bro. I'm like round 3, round 4 knockout.
That would be sad. Then I don't even want to see Nate Diaz fight in the UFC again.
But this is what I mean. It's like, it's almost like this is one of the arguments Jake Paul makes towards the UFC is like, you didn't take care of your people, and I'm here to do that.
Yeah, but he's also ending their careers. Like, I don't want to see
their careers are over,
Nate
bro.
Diaz gets knocked out.
Their careers are over. He has not fought anybody that has a future. I'd watch him fight Conor
McGregor again.
But he doesn't have. That's no one wants to see that no more, bro.
I'd watch it. I'll buy that.
I don't think you're gonna pay bills for him though.
Yeah, no.
But that's what I mean. So. He's getting these dudes all at the end of their career on purpose, so that it can look as if though he ended their career. But in their mind, they're like, man, I was done anyway, and all I did was grab a big ass paycheck. And now I'm sad.
People will lose a lot of respect for him.
He don't give a fuck. He was going to lose respect anyway. He's not fighting anymore. No one's going to care about him. They're going to forget about him. And I guarantee you, whoever's on Jake's team paints that picture very clear for these. That motherfucker's a salesman and a half and is telling them, look, you're going to be forgotten in 5 years now that you're retiring from the UFC. Yeah. No one's going to care about you. You'll be broke in 1 year and you will be a nobody. The older you get, the worse it becomes. Or you can go and make a shit ton of fucking money and be set and have an opportunity to build off those finances.
Yeah, he's trying to build a promotion is why.
Right.
That's why I'm sure he's using the money towards that. But also they had like the press conference. I think it was today. Yeah. And I was watching a video and the security guards fought.
Weird, right?
Super weird. I didn't like that.
It was weird.
And then Nate Diaz
makes no fucking sense.
Looked like he was mad at the promoter.
Also, what's up with fucking Nate having bodyguards like that all of a sudden? They weren't his homeboys that were with him.
That's why I'm confused. So what venue let them bring in their own bodyguards and then they fought?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's all fishy, bro.
That doesn't make sense at all.
It's all fishy to me.
Why wouldn't the event have their own security and that's the security that's used, not two separate securities? Obviously they're gonna
they're all beefing and shit all of a sudden.
Like what?
So it was weird, especially because both fighters coincidentally walked away and all the bouncers or whatever came in the middle. I'm like, oh god, this is staged.
They weren't even wearing like security shirts or anything. They were just all guys in black.
Like why didn't fucking Nate and Jake have a scrap? They were talking shit.
Yeah.
But all the bodyguards got offended for them. Yeah, okay, bro.
I don't know.
That's corny.
And then I was like, well, maybe Nate was the one just like sizing up the promoter guy that was introducing them on the mic.
Yeah.
Because he like walked up to him and looked over top of him and then looked down. And I was like, maybe he was going to go piece him up or something. But
I think it was all part of the act.
Yeah.
Who knows?
People are saying, what if Nate doesn't show up? What if he doesn't walk the ring?
He doesn't get paid, I'm sure.
I'm sure that wouldn't matter to him. I mean, he'd probably lose money on that.
It'd be a big waste. I bet he would owe money at this point.
Yeah.
They set it up in some way, shape, or form where he's going to
have to be there.
He'll be responsible for no showing for sure.
God.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
We'll
see it for sure.
Yeah.
Jeez. Well,
yeah. That was a good talk.
That was good.
That's all it is. It's just a conversation, I guess. Without Cody, we don't get too deep into the conspiracy stuff, I guess. But he carries the weight pretty good on that.
He does.
Marijuana's legal in Minnesota, man.
Yeah. Have you gone to any shops or anything? There's no real ones yet.
There's not allowed to be.
Yeah.
2025, January 1st of 2025, the official first date that dispensaries can open.
2025?
Yeah. So what happens now is we get through this year as they get stuff in order. May 2024, all applications for dispensaries have to be turned in. And then they take 90 to 120 days to go over applications, approve who they're going to approve, and then you have from that portion of the year, like August, September-ish, to January 1st to build and.
What do you think they're going to do with all that money? Do you think they'll lower taxes for like people or no?
No. The politicians are going to make a lot more money, that's for sure. I hope I get my license, bro, because I'd be happy to put money in their pockets.
I mean,
I'm applying for 3 of them at least.
That's so sick.
Yeah, so hopefully if I get all 3, that'd be fucking gangster.
Yeah.
If I don't and I just get 1 or some shit, that'd be awesome too. If I don't get any, I'm gonna be pretty bummed. But I don't know what the competition looks like. All I know is that I'm gonna
can only try.
I'm gonna put in the best effort. I have my attorneys gonna crack at it and start digging into the documents and figuring out how we got to do it. And
that's gonna be super cool.
Yeah, man. I hope I get at least 1.
Yeah,
at least 1. That would be game. You're talking
the dopest dope shop.
You're talking, bro. But you're talking overnight, right?
Yeah.
And then for me, the best thing is like that's so full circle of a cool story, bro. Like I sold weed and coke when I was in Cali, bro, as a teenager and a young adult and shit. and now to be able to come full circle and be a legal weed dealer and make fucking millions of dollars doing it, that would be fucking pretty dope.
That would be dope.
No pun intended, but that would be dope.
It would be.
Straight up.
That would be like super legit, but too bad I'm a North Dakota resident, you know, so.
But you're allowed to travel to legal states and smoke in legal states. So I think Minnesota bars are going to be popping now.
Really?
I think they're going to see an increase in patrons. And then I know people are going to make the argument you're not allowed to smoke, you know, in the streets and do all that. You'll see.
You're not allowed to smoke in the streets?
In your own neighborhood, like in your own driveway and shit like that. You can do that, but you can't. It'd be like public intoxication. They treat it like alcohol.
Oh,
so you can't walk around drinking alcohol right now down the street. I mean, but again, like I said, we'll see, right? Yeah. So everyone's saying you're not gonna be able to smoke weed at the bars unless the bars call the cops on you. But if the bar's having hundreds of people a night there that they never had before, you think they're gonna call the cops on people for doing something legal? So watch, Minnesota bars are going to pick up, and it's just like anywhere else that it's been legalized, bro.
It's going to be so weird. Like, what are they going to do for like pulling people over in North Dakota when they have weed on them?
The same thing they do with alcohol. They test them.
But it's elite. I mean, North Dakota residents.
It's not legal to drive intoxicated, though.
No, I'm saying North Dakota residents with weed on them, not intoxicated.
In Minnesota, they'll be fine.
Yeah, but in North Dakota, they won't.
No, but in North Dakota, it's been decriminalized. I think you can have like over an ounce of some sort and you just get a $25 ticket.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Because it's decriminalized here.
What if the homie in the back has it and you're driving?
Then your homie's in trouble. Unless he leaves it on the floor and says he doesn't know where it came from, then it's your car. You know what I mean? Like it's all the same principle, bro. The only thing that I think now that I know enough is I don't think marijuana is bad at all. I do think that it has attributes that can be detrimental to you in the future, at least cognitively and things of that
especially
nature.
Using it as a young
so
person.
I think most, like, in fact, I'm not going to mandate it if I get a license, but on my application I'm going to let them know that I do intend to promote that we recommend people 25 and older only, but the law is 21 and older. But I think you should at least wait till you're 25 till you're done growing and processing and developing all your shit in your brain and your body and whatnot before you actually start becoming an avid smoker of marijuana. And then from there, I think you're safe.
Yeah, they say, I was just watching a video. I don't have any proof, but they were saying that using marijuana when your brain isn't fully developed can lead to obviously cognitive issues like Alzheimer's and things like that. Schizophrenia. When you're older,
it can lead to it. There's been no real proof or evidence of it, but scientifically speaking, that's possible.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm older than that now, and
are you?
I burnt
26?
me. Yeah, barely, but I burnt me a nice fat joint in my backyard the other day, bro.
That's awesome.
To celebrate that, and
I can't wait till
it was super weird, bro. It was like it was a trip. I rolled a joint and I went out in my backyard. I fired it up for the first time, and I'm looking around in my neighbors' backyards, and nobody's really out, but the smoke is smoky, bro, and it stinks.
That's what I'm saying. I'm excited for when people start calling and saying like, "Oh, I don't like this smell,"
and they're gonna be like, "Shove it up your ass." My argument is you better not be an alcohol drinker if you confront me about what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Because you're worse. Yeah. There's no you can, it's scientifically proven, bro. Yeah. I can pull up police records and show you the evidence. Like alcohol is way worse than marijuana, and people, you look at Snoop Dogg, for example. Mm-hmm. There's probably not too many other more avid smokers than him.
Wiz Khalifa.
Okay, but still, but now these motherfuckers don't have health problems related to smoking. They don't have lung issues related to marijuana use. You know what I mean? Like they're fine. And people who drink like they smoke are probably dead or dying. Yeah. Or have killed people drinking and driving, and you know what I mean? So like, yeah, there's so much to be argued about it, bro. Medically speaking, it does wonders for people. And the only reason why it was held captive the way it had been illegally for so long is because of Big Pharma. It
just sucks though that like they're not going to use that money for things that could actually benefit us. So it's like
I think though part of the reason why that happens is because we as the people don't go to these fucking city council meetings and actually, you know what I mean, and vote on that shit. So they get to do what they want. Hence why our streets are shit in Minnesota.
Yeah, every year it's just the same roads.
But believe me when I say this, bro, if I get dispensary, I'm gonna be at those motherfucking meetings voting where my motherfucking millions of tax dollars end up going, and I'm gonna tell these motherfuckers to fix streets in Minnesota, Moorhead, bro. Like, I hate driving anymore. I feel like my car is gonna fall apart.
They do the same ones every year. Literally, they just
but all they do is patch
this
them.
road, nah, this one.
They just patch them.
Yep,
and that's how you get roads with fucking bumps everywhere and little hills and. Just like, man, my car is tweaked out when I'm driving these roads. It's like, you know what I mean? Some shocks are being absorbed and some aren't. And it's just like, bro, this is going to break my fucking car.
The interstate has been going on for like 2 months now. It's like, okay, you guys got to finish that up. Like, it doesn't take that long.
It's crazy,
You'd think maybe one of the main roads, they would like work on it 24/7. You get 2 groups of people on here and just work it. Like,
the shitty part is too, a lot of the stuff when you do interstates, they have to do it at night.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm sure it's a little more difficult and slower process, but
it's legal, man. At night.
It's legal now, and things are about to change. And I think that Minnesota is going to see the benefits that come from the money in the very near future here. And I hope North Dakota identifies that. And
what is it, 2 years they vote on it again for North Dakota, or is it every year?
I think it'll be next year again. Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. I hope
we'll see.
Figure it out.
I don't think they're going to do it quite yet.
I don't get how they're not gonna, because there's gonna just be a lot of issues with people being intoxicated and driving. Like,
I mean, you would think that, but there's a lot to be said, bro. Like, even though you shouldn't do it, I know that a lot of people do.
Tons of people do,
but I don't think it's as identifiable as a drunk person, and that's why they don't get caught.
Or do they just not care? Like, it's not as big of a deal because they weren't doing anything like that.
That's what I mean. Like, it's not as identifiable. When people are high driving, they're not fucking swerving everywhere and shit. You know, some of them might drive slow as fuck or some shit.
Yeah.
But, like, so when someone's drunk driving, you're going to see that. It's obvious. Or they're going to hit somebody and kill somebody. And so that's more identifiable from a cop's perspective. They can look and, oh, look, this person must be drunk. Where when people are high, I don't think they really lose their what do you call it?
Their
motor skills, you know, like so much that they're swerving everywhere and doing all. So, it probably slides under the radar more than not, because you have to be able to have probable cause to pull someone over forward. And if they don't look like they're intoxicated because they're driving, smoking weed, which I know so many people that have done that
Tons.
they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel intoxicated. Again, it's medicinal to a lot of people. Not everyone's smoking weed just to get high, bro.
That's true.
A lot of people are smoking weed to feel better. And if you smoke weed and it regulates you, are you intoxicated? Are you detoxicated?
I don't know. That's a tough one.
It is.
But people who drink all the time, at some point, they're just drinking to feel better.
Yeah, but they get fucked. You don't get to drink a lot of alcohol and not get fucked.
Yeah. I don't know.
You regulate marijuana. You smoke it too much, it eventually just doesn't do anything for you. It's more habitual than it is relief or any, you know what I mean? So it's just,
that's
I don't know.
An argument, I guess.
Yeah. That's a good one. We'll talk about. Yeah, we'll bring that up. But yeah, this was a good hour. It was a good conversation. We'll run with it. It's hot as fuck.
It is.
It's hot as fuck.
It's hot out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take us out, D.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, leave anything that you want us to talk about next week down below. Make sure if you're talking about us, talk good, talk bad. Doesn't matter as long as you're talking about us. So thank you guys very much. You guys have a good one.
We are out.